I think
Like-
they've made it very clear that like if you speak out, like with what happened to like your father and stuff like that, like even the president of the United States,
they
can get
canceled the
deleted.
most
So
powerful
it's
man
like,
in the world.
They proved that like if you speak out, you're getting fucked. Like even look what happened to Steve, our
Right.
boy too. Like
you
really can't. You can't win.
He kind of started
Like
the
you
trend.
kind of
Dude,
can't.
he didn't do anything.
Yeah.
Like, you saw people forget. Now they're getting canceled because you saw the stuff with like Airbnb. Like, people were getting their reservation canceled because they were related to someone who said something that wasn't in line with that, right?
So-
You saw the PayPal push. Hey, if you're spreading misinformation, we're just going to dock your bank account $2,500 per instance. I'm like, but are you guys the arbiter of truth? Or
Yeah.
like, is there some sort of neutral party? Because the fact checkers that I don't know that they've gotten anything right yet.
Well,
Now, it doesn't stop you from fucking your account right now when they fact check you. 6 months later, they're proven wrong, but it doesn't matter because the damage has already been done. They've gotten what they've wanted. We do a great job of being, we're dunking on them on social. We told you so. It was so obvious. But guess what? They still won. They got everything that they wanted to do. They weaponized all of those things. So even if they're caught later on, it doesn't really matter.
The scary part about this overall, besides obviously the details in it, is like the free speech of just like, I know certain things, I feel a certain way, and even that, I still feel a little uncomfortable. Like I self-censor myself to have certain conversations because I know of the outcomes, right? The idea of that itself is the most scary thing, because think of that concept if you're listening to this. No matter what you believe, whether it's this side, that side, up, down, I don't give a fuck. If you get to a point, we get to a point where people just go, oh, we can't talk about that. That's a scary society.
Yeah.
And it's even scarier now if we talk about all this AI shit, all this other shit that's coming on that's just starting to create like what's actually fucking real.
Oh, yeah. Well, listen, again.
Two things there, though.
The educated elites that told you everything over the last few years, like their record, their batting average on what's right in the end is like 0. But, you're uneducated conspiracy theorist just using basic logic and common sense has been 100% right. And so to your point about self-censoring, I see it myself, right? I will sit there, I'll do some video for social or whatever it is. And I'm like, it's so clear to me what I'm saying. Yeah. And yet I'm like, you know what? There's a 0.0001% chance that it could, so I got to redo it again. Now, anyone looking at Occam's razor, right? Like the most logical answer is probably the answer.
Yeah.
Like anyone looking at it knows exactly what, but that's the point. The people who are looking at it, who will make a big deal of it, who have the power to cancel you, they'll tell you that the 0.0001% chance thing is 100% what you meant, not what literally any reasonable or decent human being would be like. Of course, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
And so you sit there and like, oh man, I got to redo that. Like even I have to think about this stuff because
but not even just that. I'm talking about literally not speaking about certain things because people are just like, they're self-censoring because you're just afraid because you know that that's what's going to happen.
But that's what's happening to the average parent. Like, do you think the average, let's even, if we're talking politics, do you think the average Democrat thinks that a 3-year-old should be making permanent decisions about?
Probably not.
I don't think so.
I don't believe that. Like, but guess what? Mainstream media, big tech, we're not in like an equal fight, right? There's the sides, you've seen what they've tried to do to you. I mean, big tech, that's $1 trillion enterprise functioning as the marketing department for like a radical side of one side of an equation, right? Like mainstream media, same way. I mean, there's these sort of big blocks of huge juggernaut type industries that are literally functioning against you. So it's notice, no one on the other side, if you push that extreme stuff, what would be extreme, the 3-year-old example, there's no cancellation if you say that on the other side. There's no consequence.